I'll be reading the multi-stream chat. Crazy out there. People are losing their minds in crypto, boys and girls. So let's see what's going on. What do we want to talk about today? I'm here. You could ask me anything you want. People seem to be losing their minds. Just bear market things. I know the price has been down for a long time. It's hard. People are emotional. Maybe it's Saturday. Maybe people are out partying. Maybe they're drinking, but people are obviously very upset or down. I get it. But it's going to be okay, boys. Boys and girls, boys and the 5 beautiful ladies. So we're live on TikTok again. Let's see if we get banned on TikTok today. And yeah, we have got, let's check out the crypto news today. Robinhood is the talk of the town. Robinhood's a layer 2. And think about it. If Robinhood does good or bad, it's just kind of like Base. And in a way, this is just more of a bull case for Ethereum, right? Robinhood, sure, it's the hot new meme coin chain backed by Robinhood, the company, a very successful company. It's been around a long time. Maybe it has staying power. Maybe it becomes like a Base network, but it's an EVM chain, boys and girls. Like, it's going to use Ethereum. It's going to generate, if anything, more demand for Ethereum. So I feel pretty indifferent about Robinhood. I'm not currently chasing meme coins over there. Some people are. That's fine. But that is the talk of the town in terms of the AI news. Or crypto news, rather. So they're bringing AI-powered crypto trading with Robinhood. It's kind of like Coinbase pioneered the X402. But guys, I'll be reading the chats. We've got 36 viewers on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook. Are we live on X? Did we go live on X? Let me take a look. Hey, YouTube chat in the house. What is going on? Here, let me take a look at my profile, see if we're streaming to X. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. I'm glad it all worked out okay. Crypto7's in the house. Hello. Part-time chef. Hello. Luna's Point says, hey, gang. Yep. Kevin Hawthorne, good afternoon from Lakelands. Kevin Hawthorne, shout out to my Floridians. Why does Hex say delisted on TradingView? Does it really? Does Hex actually stay delisted on TradingView? I don't know if that's true. Let's take a look. TradingView.com. Hex. Well, there's a bunch of Hex. Hexagon. Hexaware. Helix. Here it is. Hex USD. This is probably the Ethereum chart. It doesn't say delisted to me. It stopped reporting any kind of price for the last year and a half. Looks like it stopped right on 2025. There's no more price data. That's Hex on Ethereum anyway. I don't think they're going to have Hex. Like, if we do Hex WPLS, right? Here, type this into TradingView. Hex WPLS. That is going to get you the price of PHEX on the pulsechain network. So they are tracking PulseX decentralized exchange. Just got to look for it. You got to dig a little bit harder. Hex, wrapped Hex from pulsechain. Yep, there it is. There's the good old down 99% Hex that we know and love. There she is. Yeah, I think everything's fine. Cryptomatic says coffee LFG. What's up, Cryptomatic? How are you, man? Thanks for being here after all this time. Yeah, dude, it's crazy out there, man. Thoughts on Ink token? Ink token. Well, I said this in my last stream, I think. The only way Ink probably has a major pump, other than just by being tied to PLS, liquidity bonded. Like, if Pulse goes up, Ink will go up. There's a ton of liquidity locking them two together. But you're going to probably want to look for something like a use case for Ink from becoming a voting token, perhaps, on the voting DAO of PulseX once it gets sufficiently decentralized. That was in the code. There was a little piece of code that was commented out where Ink could potentially, and this is not a guarantee, it might not happen for the next 5 or 10 years for all we know. I don't know what sufficiently decentralized means in terms of Ink token. It's very arbitrary. But the developers could decide to add a use case to Ink token. But until then, I'm not like the most bullish because holding Ink is kind of like holding Pulse, really. It might do a little bit of gains versus Pulse just because it's the reflexivity. Maybe somebody comes along and they invent a crazy narrative or a use case that gets a bunch of people to buy Ink. We've seen that before. We've seen people develop protocols Like you can get a stable coin backed by Ink token. You can. It's called inkprinter.com. Shout out to inkprinter.com. Luna says, never been a fan of reward tokens. The problem with reward tokens, you're right, is that they mostly just get dumped unless they have a really compelling thing to stick it in. That's what she said. So if you could stick your ink in something that actually gave you utility or, voting power, that's kind of the running potential narrative. But it's all speculation, completely speculation. Greetings from Montenegro. Luna's Point all the way in Montenegro. Good day to you, sir, whatever time it is over there. Ethereum has bottomed and it's pumping. Great for pulsechain. Well, look, Crypto 7, I don't know if Ethereum's bottomed yet, brother, but there's a case to be made that it has. There's a probability that it has bottomed. It could still wick down to, I don't know, 1,200, 1,100. One last fake out. My body is ready for one last fake out. I have been hurt. I have been scarred by the crypto markets. And that probably is a symbol, if anything, like my overly optimistic brain is still expecting lower. So what does that tell you? And there's a lot of bears still out there. And midterms, historically, Bitcoin, if it follows the 4-year cycle, would bottom in October. Altcoins and Bitcoin seem to be a little less correlated now with the meme coin casinos and everybody making their own coin and stuff. Ethereum hadn't even broke its all-time high. It'll get there. That would be meme? Not sure what you mean. Anyway, guys, I'm here to answer all your questions, concerns, whatever it might be. Part-time Chef says it's a good sign if an app like Robinhood is creating their own coin right now. Yes, it is. I mean, Robinhood Base is going to create their own coin. You've heard Brian Armstrong and Jesse Pollock. You've heard them talking about the Base token. They're going to have probably a token in the Base app. The Base app, it's a good app. It's got a lot of distribution. Although I don't think Base app is the end game for crypto. I think what the end game is like everybody's existing fintech apps start to do crypto. Like look at Venmo, Cash App, PayPal. These are all crypto apps now. They are. You could buy crypto. You could buy stable coins. And look at X. I think when X launches X Money and puts a stablecoin wallet in everybody's hands, yes, it's going to be entirely centralized. Yes, you could probably still, bridge out to ZKX wallet and anonymize your stuff, as you should. You should always self-custody. But that's what it looks like. I think the future of crypto and distribution looks like meeting people where they're already at. I can imagine Apple Wallet having a crypto wallet baked in. Apple Money, the Apple Card. We talk about crypto as if it's separate from finance, but crypto is going to be identical to finance. Crypto will be synonymous with traditional finance. There won't be any difference because if all the stocks are trading on crypto rails, then you can buy Tesla stock just as easy as you can buy Ethereum. Hypothetically, in theory. Cryptomatic says no concerns. We only need to wait. Our time will come. Luna C Point. Hey, one of the 5 women in crypto. Shout out to Luna C Point. Gotta love the maybe 4-5% of ladies in crypto that actually watch. I appreciate you. I think she means ma'am. Oh yeah, ma'am. That would be ma'am. I'm always calling girls bros because, let's be honest, 9 times out of 10, my followers are men. They're male. So my bad, Luna C Point. The other 4 also watch Crypto 7. Yeah. Back Racing says Hex USD on TradingView. Is that Hex on ETH chain? Yeah. So, it looks like the Hex on Ethereum isn't even printing the price chart anymore. Just type in Hex WPLS. When you're in TradingView, Hex WPLS, that should pull up if you really want to use TradingView. For crypto stuff, I use Dex Screener. I like dexscreener.com. I think it's a little bit easier. It's a little bit simpler, but TradingView, if you're really trying to do charting and stuff, you can track a lot of the coins on PulseX exchange. Part-time Chef in the house. I remember creating a BitPay account when it first came out like 5 years ago for my business to accept crypto. Cool. Yeah, I remember, I think I had a BitPay account at some point, maybe. Yeah, it's hard, there's not a whole lot of good options for that. And also people don't really want to spend crypto, but like, for example, nootropicsource.com, it's a cool website. I bought nootropics from there. They offer a 10% discount if you pay in Ethereum. And there are some gateways. I used to set up, I remember I had a BTC Pay server account, or was it CoinFlow? CoinFlow is like a third-party plugin. You can accept cryptos. Luna C Point says, you can call me bro. MGC does. You're all bros on this channel. You're all brothers. You're all homies. And you're all friends. For the most part, once in a while we get a little sneaky hater in here, and we give him the old blockaroni. So, exploring the news. Bank of Japan shrinks balance sheet. The yen plunges. Well, that's a good thing. We want lower yen because that means numbers go up. For people that don't know, when the dollar gets weaker, the numbers of stocks and crypto tends to go up. It tends to be inversely correlated to the dollar, to the DXY. And as we know, every single country's currency is in a race to the bottom. So when you hear news like dollar go down, it actually means your number go up. Inverse correlation. In general, and also not immediately. It's not like, oh, the dollar was down, crypto instantly pumps, but that's what crypto is. It's a short trade on fiat currencies of the world, and that's one of the reasons I'm so certain on this whole entire industry. Because the one thing you know for sure is that dollars are going to be worth less tomorrow than they are today. It doesn't go down in a straight line, but it goes down over time, for sure does. Crypto is there to capture that excess money. It's all got to flow somewhere. And it'll especially flow into people looking to take more risk, and eventually for people looking to have more accessible forms of money. I mean, crypto is just better money. No one can shut it off. No one can censor you, tell you where to spend it. It is objectively better money, but until now, it's been mostly a store of value. One day, let's say 10, 15 years from now, it will be used as a medium of exchange pretty commonly. Stablecoins probably, and then eventually regular cryptos will be used as a medium of transacting. And by that time, prices should be a lot higher, especially assuming that, for one, your project stays relevant, which I'm pretty sure about pulsechain, pretty sure about Ethereum. But two, assuming the dollar goes down, which is it's a very safe assumption to make. Very safe. Part-time chef says, in regards to using fintech in real-world use cases. Yeah, I know. So let's see what the normies and the cryptocurrency news are talking about today on Twitter. Oh my God, more Trump drama. Again. Trump just dropped the charges against another scammer behind a Ponzi scheme. Who? You want to tell me who? Let's check out this article. $722 million crypto scammer. Justice Department leaders plan to drop charges against alleged mastermind. But who was it? Can I see who it was? Matthew Godish created and operated an advanced crypto mining operation, BitClub, that rewarded investors for recruiting new members. Well, I mean, that sounds like an affiliate program. I don't know if that's illegal, but I don't know about BitClub. Maybe it was a scam. I don't know. Facing counts of conspiracy to commit wire fraud. Well, that's completely different than having an affiliate program. Godish assembled a team of lawyers with connections to the Trump administration to lobby DOJ for relief. Okay. Bradford Cohen's California lawyer. I don't know about this guy. I've never heard much about BitClub. I'd like to assume that there's a reason they dropped the case and it's not just Orange Man bad. Everybody's like, Trump could literally cure cancer and they'd find a way to frame it negatively. Not that he would. I mean, he's not the best guy in the world, but he's also not, the evil villain behind every single problem. He is kind of a wild card, though. He's definitely acting very unlike any president that I've ever experienced in my lifetime. Streaming every day? Damn, that's right, John Kim. I'm here with you guys. I'm here. This is for believers. This channel is for pulsechain believers, long-term holders, and true optimistic boltards. So what else can I do besides hang out, answer questions, DCA? Survive, boys. Insert Tropic Thunder meme. Survive. Hey, Coffee, where can I track the value of my Hex portfolio now that Hex Scout is done, please? Good question. I get this question a lot. It's going to be pulsechainstats.com is a good one. plsfolio.com is a really good one. pulsecoinlist.com is pretty good. And guys, if you have a project and you want to shill it, that's like a portfolio viewer, drop it in the chat for Vampiro here. But I like those. I like pulsechainstats.com because they don't collect data. They don't share your data. Cash says, hi folks, what's up? How you doing? Far Out Alien says, what happened to Hex Scout? Well, Hex Scout just stopped operating. Their expenses were too high. They weren't making enough money. It does cost money to host these things, right? That's why if you want to donate to certain projects, like, they will appreciate the donations because this stuff is not free, boys and girls. It's not free at all. I mean, to even do hosting could be a couple $100s a month, especially with all the data. If you run APIs and services, servers need money to work. RS Hex says, much love, Coffee. Hope you are well. I'm as good as I can be, brother. Hope you're well too. Happy Saturday, happy weekend. It always makes me feel better to know that at least I got a couple hundred people equally as wrecked as I am. But dude, we're going to make it. We're going to make it. And by the way, everybody in crypto, for the most part, is giga wrecked. It's not just pulsechain. If you look at every single altcoin, really good to zoom out on this. Ethereum is down 65%, guys. Like, altcoins are not doing much better. I met a bunch of guys, like I met a guy that was a Cardano believer, hardcore, even he was a YouTuber in the Cardano system. And he just quit. I mean, God bless him. He's going on to start a different business. He's I'm not going to dox him, but he was a Cardano YouTuber and just said, I can't take it anymore. Cardano gets so much hate. And look, everything gets hate right now. People hate at the bottom. And if your YouTube channel is not making money, it's kind of like running a platform, right? People can only work for free for so long. You know, that's why I sell these seed word storage cards. If you want to support the channel, get one in the YouTube tray right there or my X profile. It does support, it does help. And it makes me able to continue to stream every day, hopefully, or make as much content as I do. That's all I can do. That's all. We're doing our best. I know I see everybody out there doing their best. I know it's easy to get emotional, but we are not the enemies of each other. The real enemies are outside. The real enemies, I mean, look, you can choose whoever you want to be your so-called enemy. But in this story, in this arc, it's the Federal Reserve, it's the corrupt banking cartels. This is who we're actually up against, and it's a quiet revolution. That's the crazy thing about crypto is that you're going up against, it's a David and Goliath, right? Decentralizing the money. Now, luckily, it's a bit of a Trojan horse as well because the big institutions, they also want a piece of the action. They're greedy too, so they want to make money if they can. They just choose to make money by taking people's private keys from them and, you know, offering them a quarantined sandbox, fake crypto, you know, playground where they make a bunch of fees, but they can track you, they can censor you, freeze you, give you terrible customer service, and also limit you. I think one of the biggest parts about using centralized exchanges like Robinhood, like Coinbase, is that they limit you on what you can buy. Like if you're only on that platform, you're never going to be able to buy up and coming coins on different chains. Like if it's not listed on Robinhood, then you got to actually take the coins off. And I guess now you can go to Robinhood chain, sure. But how many people actually take that extra step? It's a big barrier because people don't know that like there's this whole world of crypto out there. It's called a DEX, a decentralized exchange. So you can buy so many coins on pulsex.com or uniswap.org that you cannot buy on any centralized exchange. Let's see here. Oh God, we've got a lot of comments. All right. Vampiro says, thank you very much. Luna C Point says to all my European peeps, the time to self-custody is now. Shit is about to get real. Yeah, I don't want to fearmonger, but it does sound like the EU is not going in the right direction at all. They're going to be the first to do the AML KYC laws. They're going to be the first to do the authoritarian stuff. They always are. And the entire country of the USA was based off of getting away from the authoritarian, basically dictators, kings of London. Or, you know, the UK, modern day UK. We were mad about a 3% tax on tea. George Washington would be rolling in his grave right now, I think, knowing that we have a 50% income tax. If you live in California and you make a lot of money, half your money. They take half your money. The Federal Reserve, the federal government and the state government. Think about how crazy it is. You work hard, you make a lot of money, you provide them enough value, you're making, let's say, $500,000 a year. Well, no, you're not. You're making $250K. But you get to live in the great state of California. But is it that great? I mean, there's fires. There's more and more homeless people in LA every time I go back. Other parts of California are very nice. San Francisco is like, it's like fentanyl city. It's really, really sad. The divide between the rich and the poor seems to be getting bigger. But we got a way out. We do have a way out. I think ETH will run to 3.7K really quick. Cool. I hope it does. Are you saying that because that's the sacrifice? That's Richard Hart's buy-in price? 3.7K. Thundercuck says ETH has bottomed IMO. We're split on this. Let's see. Let me go here. Let me go to the YouTube chat. We're going to take a poll. We're going to take a little poll here. Has ETH bottomed or has it not? Go on. Yeah, we're going to make sure the stream is set up properly. Sorry, just adjusting some stream settings on the fly here. Got to go log in. All right. Has Ethereum bottomed? Yes or no? Start poll. Randy Hilarski, we are Pulse Tards. Welcome, Randy. Good to see you, brother. How's it over there in Panama? I haven't heard from you in a while, Randy. Hope you're doing well. Probably always doing well, for the most part. Mr. Crypto JSY says it looks okay. Pulse has 8 green weekly candles versus ETH and now all gone in 2 weeks. I know, dude. I noticed that. I noticed that this morning when I was checking the price. I was like, dang, man. I thought we were looking pretty good, and then ETH starts getting a little baby pump, and Pulse just keeps dipping. But you know how illiquid it is. All it takes is a very small amount of money, and that's reversed. We'll see if ETH Pulse actually breaks its previous all-time high. For now, it has not. If it makes a lower high, and I'm talking about the ETH Pulse ratio, if it does make a lower high, then maybe we've got the actual bottom of Pulse. Versus Ethereum, that is. Bottom of Pulse, not, versus Ethereum is a different story. Thundercuck says, ETH bottom July 2022. 4-year cycle cannot deny our faith and power. Manifest the bottom with me. I'm manifesting the bottom of Ethereum. So it shall be. Speak into existence the bottom. Yes, we are Pulse Tards. When I dip, you dip, we dip. That's right, Pillsbury. The Pillsbury Doughboy is in the chat. We're out here at the beach today. Hell yeah, Randy. I'll be at the beach soon as well. If you live near a beach, guys, go to the beach on the weekends. It's good. It's good for the soul. It's good for the body, the mind. Purify yourself. Baptize yourself in the waters of God. If you're lucky enough to live near a beach. It's the summertime, right? No matter where you are in the world, you should be hopefully decently close to a beach. You deserve a little beach day, boys and girls. Mr. Crypto JSY says when Hex bottomed, it could go down 80% at the bottom for a split second, then run. It could. Anything could happen. Hola Luna, says Randy. Pillsbury says yo. Barred Alien says just used your link to buy some seed cards for our DGen meetup group. Nice. Thank you. Thank you so much, Barred Aliens. I'll get those shipped out as soon as possible. I really appreciate it. Calle Agua says, brother cousin. I've never been called brother cousin before. I have not bought crypto since the sacrifice period for pulsechain, but I'm now interested in buying some more. How do you recommend we buy on pulsechain today? Great question, Calle Agua. Well, congratulations for ignoring most of the down move, because right now is where it actually. I recently just started DCAing a couple months ago myself. We're dropped 95%. I mean, this would be the time to lower your entry price on average. What I would do is, if you have Cash App, you could easily buy, I think it's up to $7,000 at a time on Cash App. And then you can withdraw that as USDC just to an external Ethereum wallet address. So when you send money to somebody, you just send it to an Ethereum wallet. And that USDC will show up in your ETH wallet in like 10, 20 seconds. From there, you go to libertyswap.finance, and for pretty low fees, you can flip all that USDC into, PulseX, Hex. You can buy any coin on PulseChain directly on libertyswap.finance. So, yeah, the on-ramp part, you can use MoonPay, Cash App. If you already have a centralized exchange, like just use Coinbase or Binance or whatever centralized exchange that's already hooked up to your bank account. But from the centralized exchange, the most important thing is you got to get stable coins like USDC on any chain. It really doesn't matter what chain, because even if you have Solana stablecoins, you get those stablecoins on the centralized exchange, okay? You get them out into your wallet, you withdraw them into your crypto wallet. I like zkxwallet.com, MetaMask is fine. InternetMoney.io is fine. And you go ahead and just flip it. LibertySwap.finance will let you go cross-chain, so it's a bridge and a buy at the same time. It takes out a really big user experience hurdle that we've had for a long time. So it's never been easier, actually. It's kind of a two-step process now. You buy the stablecoins, you withdraw the stablecoins, you bridge and convert all on LibertySwap in one click. Yeah, I mean, good on you for only starting to care now after we're down 95%. It's like, how much lower can we go, right? These streams are more and more cult-like every new daily stream. That's right, baby. The cult of financial freedom. Let's do it. I'm here for it. Long-term holding. The cult of believing. Crypto Mance PLS says, oof. NJ Dub says, good to have you back. To Calle Agua. Back to the news. Back to the crypto news. Robinhood, Robinhood, Robinhood. Trending. What is trending? I'm so tired of hearing about Trump. Oh my God. It's like that's all normal people want to talk about. They can't get past it. They can't see any other thing about crypto besides Donald Trump. Oh, Trump coin. Grr, I'm so triggered. And the whole Trump derangement syndrome is a real thing. But it's not even Trump derangement syndrome. It's political radicalization. It's radicalization on just about everything. People in their algorithms, right? You get more of what you like, and unfortunately, your fear is monetized. So if you have negative emotions, that doesn't matter to the algorithm. It's monetizable just as much as positive emotions. That's why I try not to do rage bait, because it's an insidious path that actually does get you financially incentivized. Pitting people against each other. Race bait, blacks versus whites, women versus men, the Jews. And people just obsess over these things and it doesn't get us anywhere. And it's a way for people to quickly bucket everything and make it make more sense to themselves. Like a lot of conspiracy theories out there too. They're unsubstantiated, but it gives people this oversimplified view of the world where they can feel like not only that they're smart, it's not about being smart, it's about being on the right team, the right side of history. Like vague posting, and then they're like, well, if you know, you know. And someone will make like an outrageous claim like every politician's a pedophile. It's like, probably not everyone. But then the people will just be like, yeah, yeah, yeah. And it's just like, it's easier to believe that there's some cabal of elites drinking adrenochrome and doing all this crazy weird stuff when like the reality is much more chaotic, much more complicated, and really just uncertain. When people lack uncertainty, they'll latch on to a story that oversimplifies things and also gives them a feeling of status. There is a feeling of status of, oh, I have it all figured out. You over there, denying the conspiracy theory, oh, you have just taken simply the blue pill. You are simply a blue-pilled cuck who doesn't know what I know. It's like, what do we really know? How much do we really know about anything? How much can we know? Yeah, the world's probably run by 20 or 30 mafia-like families that own all the media. They own big businesses. But they don't always work together. Countries go to war. Politics and business are in cahoots with each other in different ways. Different organizations are politically captured. Different industries are captured in different countries, and the state of everything, the culture wars, is different everywhere you go. We can't possibly get a handle on all of this. We can't possibly have a finite understanding of the complexities of the world. People just want something to shit on. Trump now, something else tomorrow. Yeah, even if we had a new president, they would just obsess about everything the new president is doing wrong or right. I just never got into that. It does us no good. It doesn't make my life marginally better in any way. I do think Trump was better for crypto than the other president would have been. But then you got, he just tarnished the reputation with Trump coin, which is pretty disappointing. But legally, on the regulatory side, it is going swimmingly. Clarity Act is going to go, hopefully before this month, right? Randy says, I love seeing the crypto hate right now. Well, they buy while they boo. That Rick and Morty quote. Your cheers mean nothing. Or no, it's your boos mean nothing. I've seen what makes you cheer. Do I think PHEX will drop to 0005? I want to buy, but I think 001 is expensive right now, says the guy hooker. That statement might sound insane in a year from now if HEX ever goes to 10 cents. And you're talking about buying 100x lower. I don't know. We've got sell pressure. Apparently we've got sell pressure in all these coins. We've got traders. We've got some OG HEX guys that might have sell pressure. Who knows? Is Conrad Zen going to dump? I have no way of knowing what is going to go on through every individual's mind. Clearly I've DCA'd already in the last couple months, so I would say it doesn't matter to me personally. But there also seems to be very strong support at 1/10 of a penny. There does. Cryptomance says that been around way before Trump. Far Out Alien says we have a zero political party talk at our crypto meetup. Zero tolerance. Yeah, look, crypto, in theory, crypto transcends politics. It's not a partisan issue. It's not a red or blue thing with crypto. It's a David and Goliath. It's for the people versus the establishment. The people have a new chance to get rich. The people have a new chance to escape the rat race and to actually own their own money. It's the biggest invention since the internet. But with that, you get a lot of garbage, and you get a lot of people that will use the technology in all kinds of different ways, from straight up scams to things that end up going up multiple X's and making people financially free. The guy Hooker says, can p-hex drop to 0.0005? I was looking at the chart and I saw it drop almost 40% on June 8th. What's the reason of that big drop? That was one guy selling. I mean, usually I can't point to a specific reason, but what you're asking is actually this early hex whale, allegedly, I think by his own admission, I think he even told people he was selling, which is crazy to me, selling at 99% down after you held it for 6 years. But he's also like 70 plus years old. You can't really, what are you going to do, right? But that V-shaped bottom that we had in hex so far was basically created by a guy named Conrad, who also happens to be one of the main characters in the movie The Game. Funny coincidence, in my opinion. ETH does look like it's going to break up above 2K. Who knows how long till the L1s perform. And not every L1 will perform as well, right? Like, is Polygon going to do as well as pulsechain this cycle? I wouldn't bet on it. A lot of the other L1s have also been around for a full cycle. Like, they were made in 2018, 2019. So they might not pump as high, especially given that the real winners right now seem to be like the Corpo Slop chains, Base, Robinhood, Binance Smart Chain, which is still, I mean, BSC is actually kind of decentralized, I guess. Or it's Ethereum itself, or it's like Solana, which is basically gambling chain. They're trying to say, oh, real world assets too. We're not only for gambling, we do RWAs too. But as far as RWAs goes, guys, it's gonna be Ethereum. When you're relaunching the entire financial system, when you're hundreds of trillions of dollars in the stock market coming on chain, you're not going to pick a chain that went down 12 times in the past 3 years. I just don't think you're going to. Institutions really value the Lindy effect. They just really want to be conservative and make sure that whatever they choose to launch trillions of dollars of trading volume on doesn't go down or get hacked or destroy the global financial system. And this is the one thing where if that crumbles, you know, people's faith in the entire system crumbles, they can't keep up the charade anymore. So it's very important. These TradFi bros, they move slow, and they're going to choose the most tried and true thing, which right now is Ethereum. It's not, you can't launch anything on Bitcoin. You just can't. I do have to pee again, of course. Of course I have to pee again. 277 viewers. Maybe I'll play some music for you guys while I go to the urination station, huh? I gotta plan ahead next time. My bad, homies. Let's see. Not audiobooks. Crypto7 says, all the people asking, can we go lower, won't buy if we go lower. They'll just keep asking, can we go lower, so they will buy higher. Interesting take. We could sit around and ruminate about the price all day long, but rumination does us no good. The easiest thing for most people to do, the retard maxing approach that I've chosen for myself, is actually long-term thinking. It's long-term investing and holding for many years. The longer we increase our time horizons, the more likely it is that the prices you buy now won't matter in the future that everything goes up 100x. I understand the hesitation, but you might also, for the guy asking, like, you might be thinking of lump sum investing where you don't have to lump sum invest. If you got $5,000 to invest, you could just do $500 a week for the next 10 weeks, you know? And then if you see the price start to go up a lot, then you say, okay, well, screw it. I'm going to lump sum invest the rest of my stack. But until then, you just kind of put it on autopilot, go about your day. That's what I've done for many years now. Ice Lavender says, that is not the stream I came to listen to. What, XRPL? Oh, you're talking about the P stream? Don't worry, I will spare you. You do not have to listen to my urination station. But guys, let me try to play you the song of my people. Let's see what we got here. YouTube. It's really hit or miss whether or not we get demonetized here. This playlist came from another timeline. Interesting. All right, how about that? How about that? Guys, 5 minutes. I'll be right back. Promise. We're back. How we doing? Crypto7 says feels like a hot date. What do you mean feels like a hot date?
The date's come through. We have a new lead.
Bard Alien says I can tax loss harvest my crypto losses. I can deduct them from my future gains in stonks or crypto. Tax loss harvesting is a very good point. If you're not familiar with what tax loss harvesting is, it's like your unrealized losses can be used to take off. I think it's a maximum of like $3,000 of any potential other gains that you might have elsewhere. But it's only up to a certain limit, so we definitely all have some tax losses to harvest. I assume if you've been holding crypto this year, we definitely have tax loss. Ask your tax guy, okay? Or if you have an automated guy, like I used to do Wealthfront or Betterment, and he's automatically rebalancing crypto portfolios. They would do automatic tax loss harvesting. But I'd recommend getting a CPA as well. It does save you a lot of time. And they know about little tricks that you might not know about. Crypto7 says England for the win today. What are you talking about, soccer? I'm sorry, football? Thundercut says I bought 30K of P-Hex over the past month. Damn, dude. That's a lot. I hope it turns into 3 million for you one day. Thundercook says, I have a massive bag of BMNR, that's Bitmine for people that don't know, and ETH to sell the top and rotate in, and at the end, I will pump your bags. Interesting. Well, you don't want to wait too long, because ETH might start pumping before everything, but you don't want to... It kind of sounds like Richard Hart. But yeah, Bitmine is a traditional stock that basically just tracks the underlying price of ETH. So owning it is like owning a derivative of Ethereum. And typically in a bull market, it'll have a little bit of a premium versus the net asset value that it actually represents. But right now, there's actually a discount. So some people might think that buying, Bitmine or Sharplink Gaming right now, it might be like kind of getting Ethereum under market value if you're okay with the counterparty risk. Like you are trusting a centralized third-party company to manage all that crypto for you. But they seem pretty professional. Tom Lee. It works for people, especially when they're already in the stock market and they don't want to leave the stock market, but they still want crypto exposure. That's why the ETFs are such a big deal. 1-to-1 Halan's an extra time. Dang. Oh, the music, LOL. Is the music like sexual? Let me see. I just clicked on something that came up. It was called the playlist from another timeline. Let's see, melodic techno. Okay, this'll do. This will do. Tom Lee is better at promoting Ethereum than the founder. You're not wrong about that. He definitely popularizes the price. He's also invested in Mr. Beast, I presume for promoting Ethereum, the price of ETH. He also even funded the new Ethereum Foundation, full of the actual crack devs that are actually making a difference in the protocol layer upgrades. So shout out to Tom Lee doing more for his bag. I mean, look, he bought a bag, he wants to go up. Why do you think Richard Hart is so pro Ethereum? He's got a bag, he wants to go up. Incentives are aligned here. I think incentives are aligned with the right people. Top hat emoji, that's right. That's right, boys. The guy hooker says, your name, dude, says, for someone with 0 p-hex, should I buy now? You guys got to stop asking me these financial advice questions. I'm buying p-hex. I like the coin. I like the stock. But man, it's like we need to come to these decisions on our own, using the information we have. Do I think the founder's not giving up? Yeah. Do I think the community is hardcore and locked in for an average of 7 years? Yeah, that's on chain. Do I think the founders never sold his hex and in fact only bought more? Yeah, that's also provable on chain. Do I think one day, hopefully, hex detaches from a KOL coin, essentially a Richard Hart influencer coin, to an actual real financial product that's taken seriously in crypto? That's the big maybe. That's the one that's like, oh man, that might take a while. Does it need to? No. It doesn't need to. But I will say that the yields are much more realistic for people that care about quote-unquote realistic. The volatility is clearly not realistic for people that are only getting 1 or 2 or 3% APY. But in a bull market, things pump, and we do know that the community is the asset, the megaphone, that's going to hopefully amplify the price. Whereas some coins might only do a 5 or 6 or 7x. Well, if Ethereum's at 10K, I could see Hex, in theory, doing many, many more. But I'm just predicting, I'm just estimating. I don't have a crystal ball. Everybody seems to think I have a crystal ball. ETH is hated, but the institutions are buying it so it will pump. Crypto 7, it's kind of as simple as that. I don't think they intend on losing money on their trade. In fact, Bitmine and Sharplink Gaming getting added to these index funds is exactly the same playbook that happened in 2024 with MicroStrategy when Michael Saylor got added to the index funds. It allowed him to raise more money to buy more Bitcoin, to issue more equity, issue more shares, dilute the shares at a higher valuation, and then flywheel into Bitcoin. Glacier Hex says, Hooker, personal conviction is important. Yes. Hard Alien says, down 94%, maybe buy low, sell high. Hard Aliens with the wisdom. All Our Man Fam says, is this bad dump and all the core tokens just temporary in for the new class? You could frame it that way. There definitely seems to be a new paradigm of pulsechain. Like, there was Hex before pulsechain and there's Hex after pulsechain. Hex before pulsechain, that was all it was. There wasn't a million other coins, but there also wasn't an ecosystem behind it. So, you've got trade-offs. You've got people that have obviously dumped all their core coins, and now they only care about, their new meme coin or whatever, because it's taking too long. They think the trenches are a better way to get money quick. So a lot of those get-rich-quick guys have probably dumped their cores because they quote-unquote weren't going anywhere. And that's been most of crypto. Crypto has kind of devolved into this pump and dump culture. Things pump for a week or two and then they dump because there's no new buyers. Everybody knows the game. And it's like a big attention rotation casino. But the new class is also very like-minded on the ideals of crypto. One of the reasons I like pulsechain so much is the community really does talk about concepts that I like, that I think we all can agree on. Like, decentralization is important. Can anybody shut off your protocol? Does it have centralized admin keys? Does it have a CEO, a C-suite? Does it have Series A and B investors? Because if it does, then it's not real crypto. Pulsechain has none of that. It's all organic, grassroots. And it's the original reason crypto was invented. Like, we still talk about overthrowing the banks, taking your power back, self-sovereignty, self-custody, writing your seed words down, getting your money off of centralized exchanges. I enjoy those concepts. Those concepts are why I stayed. I came for the money. Obviously, I wanted to get rich. But I stayed for the narrative of, oh, wait, this is a movement. Crypto is a movement here. We're doing something that's actually pretty important. I like having more power over my money. I like that it can pump 100x. I like that nobody can shut me off. I don't like when I'm on a centralized exchange and I can only buy the 10 shitcoins that they tell me I can buy. And they encourage me to leverage trade. They literally give me a reward if I gamble more. I don't like prediction markets. I don't like ads in MetaMask telling me, hey, go use prediction markets. No, I will not. I just don't trust any of these influencers that are pretending to make so much money on prediction markets. There's no way. I believe that the majority of participants lose, and the ones that win, they don't really win that much compared to the ones that lose. That keep funneling their money into the casino every paycheck. Like, at that point, just go on FanDuel, go to DraftKings. At least like you're gambling over there. You're not pretending you're like some quantitative analysis person, which most people are not. Thundercuck says, if we get to good highs coffee, I'll donate some profits to you. I've watched you for years and years and appreciate the honest advice you're giving. Thundercuck, that means a lot. I would obviously appreciate that, but hey, if that happens, I'd be stupid rich too. So, probably won't be necessary. My final gift might be just to pump Top Hat for a laugh. Light says, why is RH not pumping with his BTC? Waiting for ETH to go up, you think? Yeah. Yep. Back in November, he tried to God Candle it. He put in $2 million in one buy. And he bought PulseX. And it doubled in a single day, and it dumped right back down. And so, imagine how discouraging that is. Even if you have $1 billion, let's say you have $400 million, okay? You use a pretty big chunk of your money. Say you take like 0.5% of your money in a single click, and you god candle the whole thing, and then the plebs just dump it down a week later. Like, that's got to be pretty discouraging, right? I think we're all finding out, maybe finding out the hard way, that the timing really does matter. A god candle needs room to breathe. It needs oxygen for the fire to burn. It's not as simple as you just pump it and everybody forgets that we're in a bear market and we just go to Valhalla overnight. Unfortunately, I wish it wasn't so, but here we are. I wish it was easier. I wish there was another answer than wait longer. Fundamental factors, macro conditions, and uncertainty. Not only global uncertainty with life, but with crypto specifically. These are stopping regular retail from, becoming the new exit liquidity and making another high. That's what seems to be happening to me, from my point of view. But hey, what do you guys think? I mean, if you just want to share your opinion, you don't have to ask a question. What do you think about where we're at now? I think we're doing everything in our power and more. We're working 10 times harder than any other community. We really are. I think we'll be fine. We've got all the YouTubers, all the Twitter influencers. On other chains, they have to pay people money to run a faceless channel to pretend to care about some BS L2, or some KOL cabal just gets together and pumps a new meme coin every week. But we've got committed believers that are here on their own volition. It's something special. It is something rare. I'd like to believe that we will have the last laugh, and that we will win in the end. Is there any interesting crypto news right now? The Robinhood app quickly turned into a massive breakout product, garnering more volume than any established DEX. Tom Lee is commenting on Robinhood app. Right now, RH apparently stands for Robinhood. So it uses ETH as the native gas token. I talked about this earlier, actually. The transaction fees are denominated in ETH, and its finality is, it is an extension of the layer 1 Ethereum. Like I said earlier, Tom Lee is now basically confirming exactly what I said. Robinhood is just an ETH trade. Rippin' Sports Card says, the bottom is near when coffee is just grinding live streaming day after day. I'm impressed, brother. Thank you, Rippin' Sports Cards. What else is there to do than try to keep the dream alive? Just want you to know I'm not going anywhere, right? I'm not going to dump all my coins and leave. We've came this far just to give up now, boys. We've came far too far. Far too long. I hope this is a bottom signal. I hope working harder is a bottom signal. That'd be cool. Thundercuck says, I think we'll be fine. The only issue was bridging to pulsechain, but now that's almost prepped for money to come in. I don't want to concern troll, but my only concern is that the bridges that we do have. Now, Liberty Swap, shout out to the team, Liberty Swap. I just sometimes wonder if it's ever been stress tested for the amount of volume that could potentially go through. It's a good problem to have, right? But you remember how the bridge was clogged in the early pulsechain days? If we get another scenario like that, we might need even more bridges. We might need more protocols to handle the load. I trust Liberty Swap's done great work, but infrastructure-wise, like, we are a new chain. Pulsechain is a new chain. So the only FUD I can give you is the FUD of what if we get too successful that we can't bridge people in fast enough. But that's a genuine thing. Like, that's why I like seeing builders building, stuff that helps with that. The guy hooker says how much p-hex needs to go down to complete the 100% drop. Well, technically, brother, as long as something has a price, nothing will 100% drop. Hex from its all-time high, the all-time high of 50 cents, it's already down 99%. It's already down. Look, 90% down was 5 cents. 90% down again was 0.5 cents. 90% down from there would be, I guess... Yeah, so you're asking for something to drop 99% 3 times. Like, we've already dropped 99% 1, 2, 2.5 times. The price is pretty freaking low, man. I don't know. And also, the 100% drop doesn't make sense because that would imply that you're going to 0. Like, the chance of Hex going to 0, I don't know if it physically can go to 0 because you can't shut it off. As long as anybody buys it at any price at all, it will have a non-zero price. Price can't go negative. Luna's C Point says ride or die. Sandy Beach, welcome to the chat. My friend Sandy Beach is here. Hello, Coffee. Hello. We got a P-Mint shill. Someone chilling P-Mint. I guess we could pull the screen up, shall we? P-Mint did a 70x. One of these P-Die. Oh my god, look at this chart today. Holy crap. This kind of shit gives me FOMO. I don't like buying a 73% pump, but a pump is a pump. A pump is a pump. Little recovery on P-Mint. Could still be alive. How much did I miss out on already? Let's take a look. How many gains did I miss out on from the early holders? Let's see. It's still up about a 10x from the early guys. And it's down 65%. Phew, man. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. Pays you to hold it. Every P-Mint holder earns P-Die from mining. Well, there you go. It's another coin that gives you something real. One of the only real things coming out of P-Die. Alright, a pump is a pump. Congrats, P-Mint holders. It's number 3 today. Damn, it's number 3 in terms of the volume, it looks like. It's a lot of volume relative to the liquidity. Liquidity's low, but so is volume. Pulsechain, it doesn't get Solana level volume. The guy hooker says, I'm afraid to put 5k in because each time I do, it goes down another 5%. I hear you. I hear you. If you want to be hands off, the best thing to do is buy and not touch it until... Like, if you theoretically don't touch your coins or don't even look at them, you'll probably hear about it. Like, when Pulsechain becomes so successful that you can't ignore it, you'll hear about it in some form or another. I mean, dare I say, delete Twitter, even. Like, deleting X could be a good option for some people. If you're not scouring X all the time trying to get the latest news, see what the latest developments are, latest coins, like, that's part of my job, I guess, my self-proclaimed job. But not everybody even has to be. And I know a lot of guys that invested heavily into Pulsechain that are not on X at all. And that don't even check their portfolios. Because if they did, it would be freaking terrible. But that is an option. Total detachment and total set it and forget it. That's not for everyone either, but there's a spectrum of how involved you can be, Crypto Jack says, smash that like and subscribe. Hell yeah, thank you, Crypto Jack. Pump that algo for me, boys and girls. Thank you. Thank you for your support. I appreciate all you guys watching. Luna says, good to see you. Yes. Any thoughts on Cash X ecosystem? Is that Pulsechain? I hope it's Pulsechain. I really don't like talking about stuff out of Pulsechain. I know nothing about this. Looks like it dipped a lot. It doesn't look good. I don't know. I don't know what this is, but doesn't look too great, I guess. The guy hooker says my 100K is worth 6K now. Dude, you're telling me. My 2024 buy is worth Jack Diddley squat. Jack Diddley. Yeah, my PulseX hex buy. I bought core coins back in 2024. Planning for a breakout in Ethereum. And I bought it at what point? The price of Pulse at that buy for me was 0.0007. It's like 30% off of SAC price. And I was like, oh, it's going to break out of the SAC price. And then it did. And then it did, by the way. It went up to double the SAC price. Then it just shat the bed. We didn't do, any more than a 4x. Maybe we did a 5x pulse chain. By the way, for normal people is amazing. But for us, it's... People made more money in, some random altcoins. Some random meme coins and stuff. Not random, but the ones that took off. Right? They're all random until they get a narrative behind them and they stick. The Grays support Crypto Coffee. Appreciate your conviction. I do support the Grays. I mean, you got to respect what it did. Let's take a look at it. The Grays currency. I really do appreciate the guys that donated me UFO token. Because it went up like 60x. And now you've got one of these classic crypto charts. This is actually a very classic crypto chart. This is like the hyperwave theory. I don't know if people remember the hyperwave theory, but Tone Bays used to talk about this. Every cycle, and this can be on multiple different time frames. You can see this on gold, or you can see this on different commodities if you're using a yearly time frame. But crypto, like crypto compresses everything. But this cycle of like the double top or the attempted recovery and then the drawdown again. I mean, put it on log scale though. Put it on log scale and you're looking at early holders. Let's say you bought it, I don't know, over here. Some people are still up 15x on this one. Which I think it's like a tax token ecosystem, feeds back in on itself. I've used it. I mean, in some way, it's just an alien meme coin, which aliens are pretty talked about in society these days. But in some ways, it actually has, utility, functionality, and I guess the people liked it. I wasn't like the #1 fan of PTGC, but people really enjoyed it. Prairie Banana. Shout out to Prairie Banana and some of the other guys. I might forget all your names, but it's a contender. It's a contender on Pulse Chain. Thundercuck says, don't start shilling coffee trash and get him wrecked. We need to look after coffee. Yeah. Guys, I know there's always trash out there. I appreciate the sentiment. I'll try to look after myself, but I appreciate you on my team, brother. We all got baited. I'm loyal to the system. Didn't even sell when Richard Hart injected money. Now I'm thinking to add some hex, but nothing is encouraging anymore. I remember my Bitcoin bottom in 2018 when it hit $3,000. I was seriously questioning my life choices. I was looking in the mirror thinking, is this industry cooked? Is it never coming back? And then in a way, Richard Hart gave me that confidence to keep going. Like, look, man, I've been here for 3 fucking cycles. We're gonna come back. We did. And then he made Hex and it did amazingly well, but crypto in general came back too. So as long as you think crypto in general is gonna come back, you can be fairly confident that some of these altcoins are gonna outperform as leverage on Ethereum. But I get it, man. We need to live the experience sometimes. $10 stream says, how we doing, friends? Good to see you. $10 stream. $10 dream. Shout out to $10 dream. A big Peacock supporter, I know. I salute you. Thoughts on most or Bitcoin Hex? Like I said in my past streams, most tokens seems to be actively traded still. Like, look, it still gets volume. It still has 209 traders. Weirdly enough, it is one of the more traded tokens. Because people think this is Richard Hart meme coin. If Richard Hart did have a meme coin, this would be it. Did he start this meme coin? I don't know. I think it was a developer. Pump.Tires developer. But yeah, look, we're about as low. We've been grinding sideways for a long freaking time. Let's check out the price chart. I like how it defaults to the market cap chart now. It's so silly. You can just delete coins and lower the market cap and give it artificial perceived room to run. Or you could print coins and inflate the market cap. You could do any kind of games you want with the market cap. But I guess because so many people are trading launchpad coins, like there's always a finite supply, so all you can really do after that is delete coins, lower the market cap. People have formed these arbitrary, and they are arbitrary, they really are, these like artificial ceilings in their head that market cap levels of 1 million, 10 million, and 100 million, and 1 billion are meaningful. So it's really just anchoring bias that's prone to manipulation. Anchoring bias that's prone to manipulation, but if that's what people want to trade, you know, it is a meme coin. It is 2.5 million market cap. So if I'm talking like a degen, then, you know, I'd say it has room to run to maybe 10 or 100 in the bull market, maybe. Actually, there's no volume on the 5-minute chart. I don't know. Pretty thin liquidity. Maybe it's forgotten. I sold mine. I publicly told people when I sold it. I sold it for Peacock personally. I'm getting behind Peacock for this next run up when we have one. Bitcoin Hex, that's a funny meme because Bitcoin Hex, for people that don't know, this was Richard Hart's original name for the project. Bitcoin Hex. This is also one of the original Pump Tires memes. Not terrible. I don't know about the liquidity here, guys. I mean, it's been around for a year and 2 months, but it's hard because now that there's no volume, like it's hard for people to find. Trying to be positive, but my 100K man is at 6K. I know, dude. I know, man. Giga wrecked. Sucks. It can just get back there real quick, and if you DCA down, then, you know, maybe your 120K is worth 26K, you know? That way all you have to do is a 4x to get back to break even. The magic math of dollar cost averaging. After dropping this much and this long, 100x from bottom is far from glory. It means Hex is 10 cents. All-time high was 55. If it doesn't go over all-time high, it cannot be considered a success. PLS as well. I would really love if it made new all-time highs. If it looks like it's not going to, well, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. I think X's in general, some level of X's is very possible. In the case of never breaking all-time highs again, let's see what happens. But until then, I'm doing everything I can to basically fight for the alternate scenario. I know there's a lot of other people that think similarly. Dewey scum. Or is it Dewey's cum? What's up, dude? Dr. Doge says Band-Aid ripping off slow and painful, still fighting and building. Yes, yes. Dr. Doge has a project where they do useful proof of work. It's called Dr. Doge. I think you can like dedicate your computer to mining actual protein folding for science, and maybe you can mine some meme coins on pulsechain. Did I get that right? Sounds like that's kind of the gist of the project in my opinion. Lifted says, glad to see I'm still going strong. It was my channel that encouraged me to sacrifice the pulsechain. We will come back. Hell yeah, Lifted. Powerful, brother. I love the attitude. The conviction. It's contagious. I love the conviction. Delusional bull tarts. Future geniuses, pre-rich millionaires. I'm with you. Peacock is a beast. Peacock held up amazingly well. Peacock is a beast. Liberty Swap team is a beast. Deciding what to buy more of now. Pretty happy with my t-shirts at the moment. Yeah, Tim, if you've been here for a while, if you got your t-shirts stacked up, there's other options. There's other stuff to buy. You know, more than 3 coins can pump on pulsechain. So I'm not blind to the fact that coins outside of the core coins can pump. In fact, I think Peacock will pump. Crypto7 says, be interesting to see where Hex and pulsechain are in 12 months. Yeah, well, it'll be interesting to see where Ethereum is in 12 months. Probably higher. Extremely unlikely that Ethereum breaks all-time highs and pulsechain is not far, far higher than it is today. I mean, we got to think about how weird it was that Ethereum never even broke its all-time high. I think it went up $50 past its previous high. I'm going to call that a rounding error. That was basically a double top. Like, ETH did a double top during Bitcoin's bull run. And Bitcoin only did a 7x from bottom to top. It only did a double from its previous all-time high. So if you bought Bitcoin at the last high, and that's all you bought, well, you would have held for 5 years and only gotten a double. Max. Your maximum gain was a 2x. Pretty terrible. The new birdie is cute. Love that little canary from P-Mint Fuse Launcher. The new tech is wild. Parts Law in full effect. P-Dye P-Mint CV Canary. It's going wild right now. Shout out to the flock. Thanks for the poem, Dewey Scum. I'm well, thank you very much. Cruising, learning as much as I can while I stay locked the fuck in. Yes, sir. We just gotta choose what we lock in on, right? Everybody has a choice. Nope says P-Hex will melt faces. I love it. I love the conviction. We got a P-Hex Boltard. I salute you, Boltards. I too am a P-Hex Boltard. What do we have here? Your name, dude. Your name is so hard to read. Drawing gang. Says thoughts on Clarity Act. Well, it's probably above a 50% chance that it launches by the end of August, but even if it doesn't launch, or even if it doesn't go live or get through before August recess, we still have time for, Trump's term is over. We still have 2 more years. It seems very likely that it'll go in before the end of Trump's term, and then that'll put some laws in place for them to just stop suing everybody and have some common sense legislation. The Clarity Act is not perfect. I don't think there's enough developer protections. I think the Clarity Act needs specific carve-outs to say verbatim, like, it is okay to build some crypto stuff in the USA, and we will not go after you, because look at Roman Storm. Look at Richard Hart still dealing with the fallout from 3 freaking years ago. Still dealing with a BS Interpol case because of the corruption of the SEC. It's garbage. Like, how annoying is it that you beat the SEC and yet they still try to fuck with you in another country by just throwing some arbitrary assault charge at you? And then the tax one is hard because once Finland realizes, oh, we want that tax money, that one might not go away as easily, although it eventually will. I really hope that the Clarity Act adds something in there for explicitly protecting builders, but assuming that it doesn't, well, we might need to do jurisdictional arbitrage and we might need to build unstoppable code. Those two things together are kind of the only option we have. Unstoppable code with no owner, open source, no admin, no centrally hosted website. And of course, maybe moving to a place where you're much less likely to get persecuted unfairly. The USA is not the most free country in the world, that's for sure. Land of the free, home of the brave, and we've got more people locked up and incarcerated than any other country per capita. That's not very free. Now, do some of them deserve to be in jail? Yeah, sure, but not the guy that had a gram of marijuana. I think Obama pardoned a bunch of those guys, but still, there are definitely falsely accused people out there. And we just need an aura. We need a culture of real freedom and fearlessness to build technology. DJ Milchkovic. Hex must be at least all-time high to be successful. Pulse must do 200, 300x or it's failure. That's very relative, brother. But if that's what failure means to you, 200x is a lot of x's for anybody. For anybody at all. Hell, I would take 50x at this point. But yes, we're going to shoot for more. Whatever happens, let the chips fall where they may. Borrowed Alien says, I've deleted Twitter and gotten pretty heavily invested into making homemade ice cream. Is that a joke or is that true? Good for you, I guess. Homemade ice cream sounds delicious. TS Pedro says, salute emoji. Richie Robertson says, do I like coins like PNAS? I do and don't get why it's not crowded with buyers. Well, PNAS went up today. Peacock Ninjas against society. Yeah, it's up 20% today. I mean, as long as this one goes sideways and keeps printing for people, that's good. I don't know. I'm skeptical that it'll print forever. Every printer coin I've ever bought had a finite lifespan. So I'm not naive enough to think that this won't stop eventually, but for now it's so far so good. Until the music stops. And trust me, all these printer coins, the music has stopped, or the musical chairs have rotated. Like with Web Chef, like he rotates around a lot, so I'm not too attentionally invested. Is that a word? I'm not following it closely enough to know when the game is over on this one, but seems to still be relevant. Peacock will pump so hard, I am hungry for it. I'm so hungry for it, I even made a new video. You should check it out. Thank you, $10 Dream. The Holland on G. On God. Ayo, what up? What up, the Holland? The CIA has psychic spies. Your seed words aren't safe and never were safe. They are either made aliens or they are the aliens themselves. Either way, all technology is null and void versus their technology. That's a crazy statement to make, brother. You know what is true is that the CIA did remote viewing experiments in the 70s, and people like Ingo Swann have demonstrated some actual scientific validation to remote viewing, it seems. But hey, you can't spy on me if I don't even know what my seed words are. I didn't memorize them. You couldn't possibly hack my brain even if you were a psychic spy. I'm too retarded for you to hack my brain. Thundercuck says, Crypto 7, are you British? Yes, he is British. Reform will make 20% crypto reductions in tax, something to consider. Hey, we got a super chat. Thank you so much. She said, thanks for streaming. Drinks on me. The Holland on God, I salute you, sire. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Alright, Alien says, I'm gonna make precog ice cream. Sounds like a Rick and Morty invention. If you make some precog ice cream, I'll happily try it out. I'll try anything once. Crypto coffee off the precog ice cream. Can you imagine? Let's see. By the way, let me get this cards out of here. Because there's one thing you can do to support. Look, as much as I love super chats, YouTube, a middleman, takes 40% for YouTube fees and for taxes. So if you want to support the channel and get one of these seed word storage cards, laser engraved, custom, write your seed words down and fight the war on crypto, we've got bulk discounts for these. They're $30 a piece, but good onboarding tools and support the channel. And actually, you know, it's a transaction where YouTube isn't taking 40%. Well, watching the World Cup coffee? No, not really. Not really. Seen some clips. I saw like 2 games. Why? Who's playing right now? Who's on the World Cup right now? Luna C Point says, I like pistachio. Good flavor. Top tier flavor, actually. Pistachio or cheesecake flavored gelato. Go with the cheesecake gelato. It'll change your life. Borrowed Alien says, I made a batch of pistachio 2 weeks ago and got eaten in 2 days. Bro, you should sell that stuff. Are you making it for your family, or are you selling it online, or are you selling it in a store? Tell me about this gelato hustle. I'm actually interested. X Wizard says, I just remote viewed Richard Hart. He's eating Fruit Loops in his Gucci undies. Hold on, wait, yes? Yep, I'm seeing it too. He's wearing a Louis Vuitton flip-flops. And he's eating an Arby's with cheese. Yes, with cheese. Curly fries, of course, curly fries. And, well, that's all I just lost it. I lost him. I'll try harder. I gotta go to the Monroe Institute. Have you guys heard of the Monroe Institute? There's a place that you can go where the CIA actually trains psychic spies. They invented the gateway theory, the gateway program. So if you pay like $2,000 or something, you can go for a week. And you can actually go to the place where they train the freaking psychic spies, dude. It's kind of like, it sounds made up. But Google it, the Monroe Institute. It's in Virginia. You can just sign up and go. I always thought to myself, one day when I've got a lot of free time on my hands, maybe I'll try that out. Thundercuck says, have I ever wondered if RH watches this stream? He admitted to stalking us. He probably does. What's up, Richard? Hope you're doing well, brother. I have a suspicion that he probably doom scrolls pulsechain content more than anybody else in the. I mean, he's kind of the #1 community member. You know what I mean? 40%. What in the fuck? That's dope. Love those plates. What do you mean? Oh yeah, YouTube takes 40%, man. They take 20 or 30% for taxes, and then they take another 10% for just platform fees. Pretty not cool, right? Neighbors right now, but started off making it after reading the ingredients in Ben & Jerry's. Ooh, what does Ben & Jerry's have? Bunch of fake bullshit. I missed the opening on a rare launch. Well, don't tell me that, sir. That's not how you market a product. Hey, you missed out on this product. I'm gonna look it up, but I'm just saying, if you want to shill something, don't shill it by saying you missed out. S-Ape. S-Ape, S-Ape. What, a Robinhood coin? A market cap of $2,400. This can't be it. I don't know what you're talking about. S-Ape doesn't even show up in Dex Screener as a pulsechain coin. Hex Wizard says, yes, I watch all those shows, very interesting. Richie says, I'm Richard too. Oh, you're also, yeah, you're Richie Robertson. DJ Milkovic says, Pampiap Calc is promising, even if Interpol doesn't resolve and ETH goes to new all-time high, we might as well. That's what I'm saying, look. Richard, you know, sacrifice money was injected in 2024, and Richard was not live streaming. This is a fact. And people also front ran. They front ran the pump because they saw it coming in. Now we've got anonymous ETH bridging. Anonymous ETH bridging with a new all-time high Ethereum should, in theory, give us a higher pump than last time. It's not rocket science. So, yeah, even if he's not streaming, I don't think him streaming is necessary to pump something. But imagine, to add some gasoline on the fire, imagine he comes out, you know, during the pump, maybe even at the end of the pump, to gloat, to do a victory lap. That'd be pretty cool. RH is 100% cruising around chain, IMHO all over. Yeah, he probably knows what's going on, yeah. Dr. Doge says, the cope might be that he is doing max FUD to shake out the really last ones. That is cope, for sure. That's what I'm saying. If your entire thesis relies on Richard coming back and live streaming, I don't think you're in this for the right reasons. So pretend he's never coming back and then ask yourself, do you really want to hold these coins? If the answer is no, it's maybe time to do something else. I'm not freaking leaving. Okay, I'm not leaving. I'm just saying, there's so much of this talk of he needs to come back, he needs to come back. What if he doesn't? What if he never comes back? I'm not operating from the viewpoint that he needs to come back. I saw what happened. I know what's possible. Borrowed Alien says Haagen-Dazs is the only ice cream that can legally advertise as real ice cream. Everything else is mutant frozen stuff. Ugh. That's not good. I haven't bought ice cream at the grocery store for a long time, so. Because if it's in the house, I'm gonna eat it. Oh, it's just a cool NFT collection. Oh. So that's, well, then where do I look it up? I don't know. Hey, Holland OG. You gotta give me a website, bro. You want me to look at your NFTs? Where do I go? Holland, you can show your stuff, brother. You just gotta tell me what to look at. RH is definitely watching. He sees you when you're sleeping. He knows when you're awake. Tim Strapper, what are my thoughts on PDI? I am not a PDI believer, but I am highly interested in the psychological phenomenon of cults, online conspiracy theories, and movements like Flat Earth and QAnon, of which I would lump PDI right in there with those kinds of things. People typically with recent, trauma in life, desperately looking for belonging. You couple that with sunk cost fallacy and making maybe more gains on paper than someone's ever seen in their life, you've got a really interesting phenomenon where people will just believe whatever it takes to feel like they're higher status, part of the insider group. They're in the know. Everybody else is dumb for not believing. They just can't see it. They can't see what you see because you're special and you got a bag and you want it to go up. There's probably some people that minted a lot of coins early that have a lot of financial incentive to say whatever they can to make it go up. The Holland says, yeah, I was spazzing. The Holland says, NFT PTSD. Yeah. I mean, look, NFTs can be fun. I just don't, they've definitely dumped harder. The only thing that's dumped harder than crypto coins has been NFTs, dude. It's crazy. Thundercuck says, we don't need Richard now, we've got coffee. Hell yeah, Thundercuck. Glad you believe in me. Everything is running. True freedom to transact and build without RH in public form. Pulsechain is my home and this is true DeFi. Borrowed Alien says Tartaria and Mudflood is super interesting also. That's one of those that's kind of, it's pretty, look, it's provably false. Tartaria. There would be a lot more written documentation. There would be a lot more of everything. I do think we used to build more grandiose things, structures. Like modern society, we've definitely downgraded our architecture style a little bit. The World's Fair thing is a bit interesting as well, but you'd have a lot more evidence. Old world structures, muy bueno. LOL, so be good for goodness sake. Yeah. The marketing campaign not only proves RH is here, it proves that this community is the real deal. All the volunteering with doodle pads is setting a new precedence for crypto world for sure. Look, that's a big part. That's a big community push. There's a bunch of people at a nonprofit that are delivering free LCD tablets with Pulsechain and Hex and all this different merch on them. Logos rather, and spreading the good word about crypto. Conferences, meetups, hundreds of thousands of tablets have gone out. Hundreds of thousands more to go. Literally hundreds of thousands. It's insane. It's a long-term thing, but it's a marketing push that's on the scale of a Fortune 500 company. It really is. Thundercuck says, end of the day, when Pulsechain goes to all-time high, we all need a plan on how to shield during the hype. I've got my plans. We need to help fuel the fire. You're not even gonna need a plan, dude. The hype will create the plan. Like, when the hype comes along, no one's got a plan. Like, no one's got a plan when the price dips. No one's got a plan for when the price pumps. That's what causes euphoria. It's genuine, raw emotion. Genuine, raw excitement, passion. That's what euphoria is. That's the part of the cycle that we're here for. That's what we're invested for. I might need somebody to tie me to a tree and force me to click sell. But maybe that's the only plan I need. I need to get some friends together and say, look, if we do 100x, I need you to literally kidnap me and make me press the sell button. Holland OG says, I got some rare ones. Pitbull is just enough to make everyone jealous. Bone King is my favorite. I got a mutated Bart and it's hella drippy. I mean, hey, tell me where to look at them. Chaotic Creation says 8,000s are out. Demo on how to time walk it for 6,000s right now. If you know, you know. Is that 6,000 Ethereum? 8,000s are out. Oh, you mean 8,000 day stakers? Dewey Scum says fire. Hell yeah, Johnny. That's the billion-dollar protocol in the making. That's my humble opinion. Actuator.finance, is that what we're talking about? Check this out. Y'all want to see Actuator.finance? Here we go. Holland says, bro, I bought a digital pin for GIF images and I'm going to load Peacock with other tokens on there with S-Ape NFTs. A digital pin. What is a digital pin? We need to increase our GIF game. One thing I don't like is when you search pulsechain on Twitter under the GIF section or even Hex Crypto, like there's no more Hex and pulsechain GIFs anymore. We got to get on Tenor. One of these days, I got a to-do item. I got to blast Giphy and Tenor.com with a bunch of pulsechain GIFs and tag the shit out of them because I'm really annoyed at the GIFs not popping up. That's like a low-hanging fruit thing that we should. If no one else is gonna do it, I'll take it upon myself one day. Yes, Siri's talking about Actuator HTTs. Well, here we are on Actuator.com. Yes, HTT 8000s. Here you can see we're earning 28% discount to Hex, but let's look at the farms now. The farms are interesting, so you can actually get some yields while you're getting your yield. 39% APY, 6,000. If you pair the 6,000 day stake with regular Hex, you can get 47% APY. That sounds pretty good to me. Is that a discount? What's the discount? 6,000. It's at a 28% discount to Hex, but is that a good deal? We'll see. Should it be a 28% discount to Hex, or should it be cheaper or more expensive? I'd have to do the math or ask AI to do the math on that one for me. Pretty cool app. I like it. You will understand after watching the video I posted on X later. Alright, well, go follow Johnny Chaos if you want to watch his video. Dewey Scum, this protocol has gotten me to make so many more Hex stakes. It's wild, and I love the setup. Hey, look, it gives you more yield on your yield. It's interesting. We're at 1 hour, 39 minutes, 653 live viewers. Shout out to all you guys. Thank you so much. What does the poll say? Over on, oh, we got, wow, this is interesting, guys. 52% think Ethereum has bottomed. 48% think it has not bottomed. This is very much split down the middle. Now, I mean, there's a couple things here. For one, the sampling bias of my audience probably leans optimistic. So if we ask the rest of the crypto bros, maybe they would say, I don't know, 60% no, 40% yes. But on top of that, there's not only sampling bias, which is my audience, but there's also recency bias in the sense that Ethereum went from 1500 to 1800 in the past 2 weeks. So the recency of the pump, the short, tiny baby pump, it's probably also making people lean a little overly bullish too. That's what we got to take into account when we ask these little polls. If we really want the polls to mean something, we have to account for the context of which we're asking in. Does that make sense? Dewey Scum says it takes a bit to log in, and you will learn that there's nothing else like it. Superior tech built on Hex. Yes, sir. Well, guys, I should win an award for world's smallest bladder because I gotta go pee again. Make sure you like, subscribe, share the video, leave a comment. And by the way, one last shameless self-promotion. If you want to support the channel and protect your crypto and fight the establishment, fight the middlemen, take your power back, get one of these metal seedward storage cards. Link in description below. Link is also in my X profile. Laser engraved, stainless steel. Comes with an engraving pen and a stencil. Bulk discounts, great onboarding tools. And you're doing yourself an actual service by protecting your crypto and doing it the right way. Unlocking all the opportunities that real DeFi has to offer. Not just fake centralized exchange BS. Thank you all. I will see you on the next one. There will be a next one. Peace, Hex Wizard. Goodbye, everybody else. Thank you for coming.